Hi, Catherine Daniel here from McEachern High School, and this is my data overview for ITEC 7305 Fall Semester 2018. The purpose of this is to examine student performance data on the Georgia milestones for biology, also known as the EOC. We're going to identify student learning deficits to increase students performing at proficient and distinguished levels. And we're going to examine possible causes for low achievement levels on this test. If you look at our CCRPI scores for 2015 to 2018, you can see that our school really dipped down from all 3 years. The same goes for the district level. The state level was 75.7 in 2015-2016, went up for 2016-2017, but back down to 2017-2018. We were well above the district and state level in 2015-2016, the same with 2016-2017, but for some reason last school year in 2017-2018, our CCRPI score dipped way down, and we'll examine that further as we get a little bit more in the presentation. Now we're going to look at enrollment data for the county, and then we're going to look at enrollment data for McEachern High School. So the top is all the females in the county from 9th to 12th grade, so this is high school only. The bottom shows males for 15 and 16, 9th to 12th grade. And this is McEachern High School, 9th to 12th grade. As you can see, the majority of our population is African American. This is the enrollment data for 2016-2017. The total data in 2016-2017 for the total number of students at the county level was 34,298. In McEachern, for our local school, we had 2,262 total students for the 2016-2017 school year. We have actually, in this school year, 2 more females than we do males. They're roughly the same number of students at 1,082 for females and 1,080 for males. This is 2017-2018 school year. This is the local school. Again, you can see that our school is primarily African American. Our Hispanic population has increased, as well as our white population has increased over the last 3 years. If you look at the total enrollment data, 2015-2016, we had 2,183 people at our school. For high school, while the county had 33,000 enrolled, 2016-2017, we had 2,260. The county had 34,736. 2017-2018, we jumped up to 2,390 students, and the county jumped up to 35,592. So you can see over the last 3 years, we've had a pretty good steady increase in the number of total students that are enrolled at our school for grades 9 through 12. The county has also seen a pretty good jump in the number of total students overall high school for 9th through 12th grade throughout the entire county. Now we're going to look at our socioeconomic status. So we have 80% of our students are on free and reduced lunch. 16% of our students are students with disabilities, so special education students, students with IEPs or 504s, and only 4% of our students are English language learners. We're going to look at teacher demographics for our school. We have 142 total teachers. 48 of our teachers are white females. 42 teachers are African American females. We have 28 white males, 24 African American males. We have 90 total female teachers and only 52 male teachers. So you can see, obviously, females dominate the education profession at our school versus the male teachers. So what is the EOC in biology? The biology EOC counts for 20% of a student's final grade. The EOC is considered the final exam. However, on the final exam day, our students still take a summative assessment, usually their last unit test on that day. The EOC consists of 75 total questions. The questions consist of selected response and technology-enhanced questions. The students actually take the test in 2 sections, and they get 70 minutes to complete each section, so they take this test over 2 days. So specifically, we're looking at the biology EOC scores right here, and it's important for us to understand how the tests are graded. So the students are scored based on the numeric number that they make toward the scale score. And so they have level 1, which is a beginning learner, level 2, which is a developing learner, level 3, which is proficient, level 4 is distinguished. Ultimately, we would like all of our kids to be in level 3 and level 4. You really don't want to see a lot of kids in level 1, and you want to have very few kids in level 2. If you look, so beginning learner level 1, the scale score is 140 to 474, which would be a 0 to a 67. Level 2, the score would be 475 to 524, which would be a 68 to a 69. Level 3, our proficient learners would be 525 to 608, or 80 to 91. And then our distinguished would be 609 to 820, 92 to 100 for the grade conversion. So essentially, if somebody made a level 1, they basically, you could equate it to an F. A level 2 would be like a D/C. Level 3 would be a C to a B, more so a B, and then level 4 would be like an A+. Ultimately, again, we want all of our learners to be proficient or distinguished, preferably distinguished. So if we look at our 2015 to 2018 data specifically for biology, this is levels 2 to 4, levels 3 to 4 for 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And I'm going to drill down this data in other PowerPoint slides, but I just wanted you guys to see all of the years together on one. You can see, based on the bars, there's some pretty drastic levels of numbers for each student population within these levels. So for 2015 at our local school, 61.6% of students scored a level 2 to a level 4, which means that 61.6% of our students passed. Level 3 to 4, which is where we want our students to be, we had 27.3% students within that area. The county had 72.9 with a level 2 to 4, which so 72.9% of our students passed. And then we have 49% of individuals who took the test that scored a level 3 to a level 4. In the state of Georgia, we had 63.2% of students pass, and then we had 38% of our students score at a level 3 or level 4. As you can see, for 2015, our local school was well below the state and the local school district's level. 2016, our scores actually increased a little bit, which is really, really good. We went up to 72.9% for total number of students passing, to 39% in level 3 to 4. You can see that we are still below the local school average, but for total number of students passing for a level 2 to a level 4, we are above the state, which is great. We still need more students in this distinguished level and proficient level category, level 3 and level 4. 2017, as you can see, we still increased again, which is really great. We're not above the district or the state level yet, but the fact that our scores are continually increasing over the last 3 years, and hopefully this school year as well, shows some really good gains in that we're doing a few things right. So in 2017, 73.7% of our scores were level 2 to level 4. So overall, 43.7% was in level 3 to level 4, which, as you can see, is pretty much on par with the state, not too much lower. The levels 2 to 4 is actually higher than the state average, which is really good. However, compared to all the high schools in Cobb County, our school is below what the district overall scored. Our 2018 data, you can see that there was still an increase, not too much of an increase, but an increase, and any gain is better than a loss. So we had 74.4% of our students pass the test, and 44.8% of our students scored at the level 3 to 4. Now, for our overall passing rate, we were above the state average, but for our developing and distinguished learners, we were well below the state average, along with below the local school. So here again, you can see all of the data from 2015, 2018 comparatively, so that you can kind of compare each year and each level on one screen, so that it's easier to see where the discrepancies in which years could be. But as you can see, from levels 3 to 4, 2015 to 2016, we went from 27 to 39. And from 2016 to 2017, we went from 39 to 43. And then from 2017 to 2018, we went from 43.7 to 44.8. So we are gaining at a slow rate, which is really, really great. So a couple things I wanted us to look at before we talk about more of the data, but level 4 is the highest you can get, and level 4 is ultimately where you want your students to be. So our school 3 years in a row has pretty much been consistent about 4.7, 4.8% scoring in this area as the advanced learner, the distinguished learner. The county, you can see overall for all the schools, is really, really high. It's even higher than the state average, which is great for our local county. Our school is well below the state as well. So this is the percentage of scoring level 1, which is failing the test. At our local school, it's 27.1, the county 22.3, and then the state is 32.6. So we are we're moving in the right direction, getting our students out of a level 1 and in a level 2, 3, and 4. So our strengths is that we have consistent growth over the last 4 years, and the percentage of students achieving beginning learners level 1 has drastically decreased for McEachern 3 years in a row. Our weaknesses are that percentage of students scoring a level 4 distinguished learner is well below the local and state level, and scores on our EOCs are much lower than county and state levels. Some discussion questions that we can do are: how can the economic status of students affect scores? Are we seeing this at our school? How can we continue to decrease the number of students scoring at a level 1 but increase students scoring at a level 4? And what can we do to move students from a level 2 to a level 3 and a level 3 to a level 4? And what is the most effective way to close the achievement gap? And how can the science department work together to improve test scores? Our next step is to create goals for the science department to move students from one level to the next. Determine how to monitor, assess, and record student progress leading up to the EOC. Come to an agreement on the action steps that will take place to address and improve areas of weakness, and communicate with stakeholders and administration on test results and what action steps will take place for next school year. And the most important thing is going to be moving the students. These are the sources that I used for this presentation. All of the information was taken from the Georgia DOE site and the Cobb County School District homepage.